Jeffrey thinks going to the gym is gay. He'd rather continue making excuses and playing video games with his fizzy drinks and sweeties. Younger Hamza always wanted a six-pack because he thought that building a muscular body would get him the respect from guys and the attraction from girls that he craved. Adonis is shaped like a Greek god. Through thousands of workouts, blood, sweat and tears, Adonis sculpts himself like an artist. And because of that, his life changed forever. Come on, bro, turn the fucking tap off. Will building a muscular body actually help you as much as everyone's saying? Or are the guys who've given up right when they say that the juice isn't worth the squeeze, that there's no point putting effort in?
But Hamza, you don't need a muscular body. All bodies are beautiful.
I wanna just fucking shut up, bro.
If I'm gonna do it real slow, Sam, and you speed it up, yeah? Shut up, bro!
And I remember when I was in high school, and it was so clear to me that the guys with abs were the ones that the girls wanted. And yes, I did it for girls, right? I did this shit for girls, bro. I don't give a fuck. Everyone's like lying on YouTube. Like, I did it for myself, shut up, bro. On Facebook, I see these girls just share like the pictures that would be some like skinny lean guy, and the caption would be like, guys with abs. Hang on, let me just flex on these cars.
And this dark garage is where we have our home gym. And my brother was training here, and I remember that I was literally too weak to use the weights that we had in here. So I had to start with my mum's colorful pink, yellow and blue. I was always using the yellow ones. Those little colorful dumbbells instead. And I literally couldn't even do it on the bench. I had to do them just lying down on the floor. 1, 2. 7 years later, this is what I look like. And I'm not gonna bullshit you like most fitness YouTubers would do. This is me flexing and I'm pumped up. This is a video of me just eating. I'm not pumped up, I'm not purposely flexing, I'm literally just existing. This is what I look like day to day, and let's be honest, boys, I look fucking sick. So 7 years of hard work. Was it worth it? Absolutely. But only if you're gonna work out and build muscle properly. As I always say, you have to prioritize the 6 aesthetic muscles that actually make you look good. There's no point having muscle that isn't even attractive. I made my own workout routines that optimize to build those attractive muscles. Link in the description. When I was first starting off this journey, I had this low sense of self-worth. Like I felt a little bit worthless. I think especially like a lot of guys can relate when, if you haven't been one of those guys who gets the external world's acceptance, all the girls are really interested in you and you've got lots of friends and like loads and loads of friends, you're one of the popular guys. If you're not one of those people, you live like under the shadows, and this pursuit of this body transformation is the thing that brought me into like the public's eye, where like people started to know me. And so whilst it's awesome actually having this body, honestly the best benefit is that now more people like me, specifically because of the body and because physical attractiveness is very important, but too because of the personality change that you get through this pursuit of like years of grinding and discipline. If you see yourself right now, see yourself with your perfect body, like the type of body that women are attracted to you for and men are respecting you for it and they're asking you questions, don't you think that would transform your life? Like, don't you think that would make you feel just better about all parts of your life? It somehow compounds into every other area. So what are the specific differences that you'll feel on your body transformation? I think the one that most guys want to talk about is girls. You'll find that there'll be a lot more girls who are in the category of like high interest. Like, these are the girls that you want through your life. These are girls who will make it easy for you. They'll play no games. You'll think back to these girls always with a positive mindset. Almost like a slightly off topic content, but we can say there's like almost 3 camps of girls. There's girls who are just not interested in you. Girls who are in the middle, they could be interested in you, but they could also not be interested in you depending on like circumstances. And then girls who have got like good interest in you. But you never really want to waste your time with girls in these 2 camps, because that's exactly what it is. It's a waste of time. It's very low ROI. The best case scenario is that you get with a girl who didn't really like you anyway. So it's kind of like a lose-lose. Whereas this one's a win-win. Like this one, you don't have to put in much work and it doesn't feel like work. It truly just feels like you're bonding and you're both seeing if you're like compatible, and you're so excited when you find out little things about yourselves. And the one thing you can control the best to improve your attractiveness is your body transformation. It's building the aesthetic body. And you'll find that as you build your aesthetic body, more and more girls will be in this camp where they'll make it easy for you to speak to them. And now I'm gonna say quite a cringy sentence, which I see like a lot of these like feminine YouTubers talk about. The main character, when you build an aesthetic body, you build this muscle this size, and you get the confidence and the discipline from that, you do become like the main character. Like, I'm automatically at least one off the main people. Like, I'm never like an invisible person in any group that I go to now. I'm always one of the prominent people there now, which is very interesting because I've experienced, and I think you'll be able to relate, being invisible in these groups. Like, you'll go to somewhere and you're almost like, maybe you'll speak to like one guy and you're like, I just got like PTSD from that. I've got so much more to say that I've scripted here. It's just really made me think that the body transformation really does, like, it gives you the life that you've wanted. Like, most of the points that seem obvious are just going to be like, oh, you know, it improves your attractiveness and your confidence and so you get girls. But it truly transforms like all areas of your life, especially like your relationships, your social life. And I think that's the most important part of life, because I remember just never feeling so connected to groups of people before, never feeling so valued in the group. And the body transformation has really compounded into everything I'm doing today. And maybe sounds cringy, maybe sounds like arrogant or something, but like, I am usually like the main person now in a group. I am usually like the leader in a group. And of course it's built because I'm practicing my leadership skills with these type of videos, and I'm leading like, you know, thousands of guys to improve themselves. But the body transformation started that. And quite frankly, for you to be like an important person, for you to lead people, you do have to look like a leader. Now, of course, you might be able to Google some leaders who don't look like, you know, masculine and muscular, but generally muscle just makes you look stronger, obviously, but like in a more of like a mentally sort of leadership way, where people just seem to like trust you more, people seem to like you more, people seem to like give me like the benefit of the doubt, and I get like special attention in like a lot of the places that I go to compared to like some other guy, just because like I'm jacked. Was that cringe? I'm jacked. Shut up, bro. And you know, it got me thinking that I think the best case scenario is to have ugly duckling syndrome. So ugly duckling syndrome is kind of like when you're a little bit ugly when you're younger and you kind of, you know, you grow into your attractiveness, and it's like the Neville Longbottom transformation that's like really famous in the UK. And that's what I've had. I really thought I was like fully ugly. When I look back at my pictures, I know now that I'm not like, I wasn't ugly as a child, but I was like unattractive. I didn't have like very like attractive traits. I think that's the best case scenario. A lot of like what I see online on YouTube, you know, with guys talking about looks maxing, a lot of these guys just say like, oh, it's over for you. If you don't have these genetics, it's over for you and you may as well kill yourself. And I haven't wrote this down, but an important part of this is hope. Your pursuit of building muscle, building your ideal muscular body, it gives you hope to just continue making progress. And I keep saying this, you will find that way before you even maximize the progress that could be made, you'll be satisfied. Like when you're first starting off and you slightly feel hopeless and you're thinking like, oh, you know, I haven't been blessed with X. I'm not tall, I'm brown, I've got this thing on my face, I've got this insecurity. The majority of people will tell you to quit. We can boil this down to like athletes terms. Quite simply, they are the quitters. The guys online that say like, oh, if you're not 7'17", you may as well kill yourself. If you're not white, you it's over for you, curry cells, all this bullshit these guys say. These are the guys who get thrown a basketball and they're like, no, I'm not 7 foot, and then they drop it. They never even take that one shot. They never even try. Whereas the other guy, the guys who's short, the guys who's like 5'6", he practices dunking for the next 2 summers, and eventually he fucking hits it, and that's like the biggest accomplishment. I don't know if you can dunk at 5'6", but can you dunk at 5'6"? Yeah, it's possible. Where was I? Because more rewards come to the person who started off at a lower point and worked up to be above average than the person who was just born genetically above average. In my personal experience, and you could probably relate to this, the people with the best personalities are those that haven't actually been like attractive or naturally muscular their entire lives. Like, you know, you probably can remember those pricks, those guys who in high school, like they were naturally muscular, they didn't even work out, but they naturally had a very different build to everyone else. Maybe sometimes they'd like do some sport and maybe they'd say like they go to the gym like once every 2 weeks or something, but they had those better genetics. And there's an issue with that because those people didn't need to put any work in it. When you're given the reward, you're not grateful for it and you don't learn to put in work. This is why the overwhelming majority of guys who take steroids before they actually reach their natural limits of muscle building, like before 10 years of weightlifting, a lot of guys take steroids like almost instantly or 1 year into training. They look like shit. Why? Because they didn't have to work for it. Would you rather have just been born with great genetics and let's say a 7 out of 10 naturally, or would you rather be born, let's say, a 4 or a 5? And then have to put in the work to reach that 7. And I think it's obvious which one my answer is. And finally, there is a huge benefit to the pursuit of building your muscular body, and it has been for me. It will really, really compound into making money too. You can probably I'm not going to link any stats, or I don't do that bullshit. bro. But we would be able to easily find studies which show that men who are muscular make more money. For my business specifically, I can say that a lot of my growth has come specifically from my body. The video that popped off for me that actually got me like a good amount of subs was how to build an aesthetic body. I made a course on that, a video course. I'll link the course below if you want to go check it out as well. It's the aesthetic body course. There is the most important benefit, the habit knowledge that you learn through this pursuit. Like how it happened for me was that I started my pursuit of building this body when I was 17 years old, and at that age it was the only productive thing that I was doing. The biggest benefit that I've had is that it really taught me about discipline and willpower and how to actually create a habit, and that has actually compounded to the rest of my self-improvement, specifically my mental health. Like the biggest benefit of improving my body is that it led to me improving my mind, and that's the biggest life-changing thing that I've ever had. And so if I had died and I could only pass on just one piece of wisdom to you, it would be to improve your body and your mind for the rest of your life. Click this video to learn more now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.